All right, everybody, listen up. It's time for our confession session.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Oh, my God, we're going to go there?
Woo!
It's time for Vodka and Juice Boxes, the only show where a bunch of young moms get together, have a cocktail, and let it all hang out.
Let it all hang down. Tuck it in, bitch.
Tuck it in.
Lots of layers.
With your hosts, the girls with the most, Juliet and her sister. Go.
Hi. That's Amanda, my sister. Thank you, Paul, for that. Everybody, we're so sorry we're a little late. Amanda was getting our cocktails ready. We were also chatting with our host, Paul.
It was all about them. I couldn't get them to get started. I said, people want to hear this. And they're like, no, wait, it comes us first.
The conversation's already starting. So, again, welcome to Vodka and Juice Boxes. Here every other Friday of the month. Your confession session, your lunch break with your new best friends, a place to keep it real, to get it all out with no judgment, blah, blah, Laven. If you want to know more, visit us on our social sites. You get the whole deal. Today, our show is Get Me Out of This House. Cool places to go with your kids that are not just for them, but also for us. But first of all,
host a radio show. Get out of the house. Come on.
You could do that. Thanks for that insert there. So Amanda, go ahead and tell us what we're drinking. We changed it up a bit today.
Okay, so today we're doing a margarita. Actually, I have to give credit to my girlfriend, Kat. She
Kat.
made a super easy margarita for us last time I hung out with her. So it's the Trader Joe's margarita mix. And we'll have a picture of it on our Instagram and Facebooks. And then, so we do about...
Is that a good mix? Because so many mixes are bad.
You know what? I really like
really
it.
Bad.
Yeah,
It's not too sugary.
Yeah, it's not too sweet, and it doesn't taste like a plastic bottle, and it doesn't taste like fake, you know? So, yeah. So do about 2 ounces of that, 1 ounce of the Patron Citron liqueur. Whatever.
Liqueur.
So it's on sale for $5.99 at
Target?
No, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's.
Okay.
Yeah, so super cheap combo. I think both of them are like $10 together.
And Target does sell booze now.
Yeah.
They do.
They sell alcohol, not just beer and wine.
I heard they're doing a bar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Target is. Okay,
I will
that's
go.
a whole nother conversation.
Oh my God!
So is that a place to take your kids? You go to Target and you end up having the bar
You
there?
have
too?
no idea. That's
Hell
definitely
yeah.
on the list. So keep going.
All right.
Okay, and then 2 ounces of 2 ounces of tequila. We're using Milagro.
Or more if you're Amanda.
No joke. I need to actually spruce that bad boy up. And then so I rimmed the cup with tahini. And
Tahini. What are you calling me? What is that?
tahini, it's a classical seasoning.
It is. It's a classical seasoning.
Let's try
It's
to
a
speak
very
another
popular
language.
one. I see
Oh,
that
I
in so
love
many
tahini.
restaurants now. Tahini.
It's like that spicy little
Lime spicy kick
thing, you know,
thingy.
like the Mexican spices, like for the micheladas.
What'd you
can
call
put in your margaritas. Yeah, so good. Did I say margarita? Well, you can't. I meant to say Bloody Mary. Anyway, I did the Kuro grapefruit soda water on top. Just make it a little bubbly. And that's
Perfect.
it. Super easy.
It's delicious.
I'll take the picture. It's pretty
So
self-explanatory.
cheers, everybody out there.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Cheers, ding dong ding.
Ciao. Oh, and then Paul, give me your glass so I can
Yes,
make a...
all right. Look what I get. I just get this.
Oh, yeah, he gets... This looks like you rinse your mouth out with this.
Okay.
That'll work. I don't care.
No, I rinsed
So
my
Amanda's
dentures.
gonna
I
go
rinsed my
ahead-
dentures in that.
Get out of here. Okay, so Amanda makes her drink. We're just, today's kind of a little more laid back. Summer's
I forgot
here.
my line,
It's-
too.
I like how she applies it with her
I know. I'm
finger
sorry.
there.
I forgot a lime and my hands are clean. So.
Oh, I'm trying to start my
I
conversation.
know, but I'm
God,
grossing out. She's taking her finger and sticking it in
Okay,
there.
dentures. I'm thinking you'll be just fine.
Okay, so with summer around, I probably get 100 text messages a day with Amanda going like, what are we doing today? What are we doing today? What are we doing
I
today?
need to get out of the fucking house. I hate it.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if anybody else feels this way, but seriously, by 9 o'clock, if we're not
Mine's
doing
10
something,
o'clock.
Mine's between 9 and 9:30 is the witching hour, where it's
Yeah.
like, we've been up since 5 o'clock. Sorry, my kids get up at frickin' 5, and so
Oh
they've
my
already
God.
been up for
Disgusting.
4 hours, and they're
can't
like,
handle.
we have to get them out of the frickin' house.
Right.
Well, what's open at 9 a.m.? What can
Yeah,
we do?
yeah.
What's not going to take any effort? And if I am going to make a day out of it, there better be something in it for me.
Yeah.
So we compiled.
Not just sitting at the park.
Oh, the
I
park.
can't. I don't know. That's another
park.
conversation. I can't handle the park. Who goes to the park?
Right.
I don't
How
know.
can you go to the park? What do you do while you watch your kids play? I mean, obviously, you're not going to let them like be running loose because people are psychos and they steal babies these days.
Yeah.
And you know what? Another reason why I hate the park is that kids suck. I hate children.
Other kids,
That should be a theme.
They're so mean to each other.
yes, the kids at the park. It seems like, and I'm just, if you want, I'm just generalizing. I'm not saying it's you, but every time that I've gone to the park, I feel like the parents just kind of give up and they just let their kids run amok. And I have kids pushing my kids over. I have kids like throwing their trash on the floor.
Oh, my.
And I'm just like, where are the parents? Like, I don't know.
Listen, by the time in my experience, talking to my girlfriends, by the time they make it to the park, they're fucking over it and they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So I understand that. I understand, like, you know, all of that. The park thing is just new to me. Like,
in Rancho Santa Margarita, near where I live, they have a mommy and me every day.
There's a mommy and me everywhere.
And they meet, and the women, you know, bring their strollers or the little toddlers, and they all assemble, and they all tear into it, and the women are over there chatting, yakking, gossiping, goofing, whatever.
Well, this is what's hard for me at the park.
Bonding.
My side of the friends know that I used to want to do FBI, and I used to study serial killers and kidnappings. And thanks to my mom, that's a whole other conversation.
Oh, yeah.
I got my degrees and all of that fun stuff.
Wait a minute, so she hates kids and you study serial killers?
Yes.
I'm worried. We're going to rename the show
who
here.
let you guys have children?
So anyways, anytime that I go to a park and I can't see my child, I'm like, oh my God, somebody stole him. Oh, who's looking at my kid and like scoping him out to take him? I don't know. I have a very messed up brain because of that.
our
And
mom,
so I have a
lot of
alone.
crazy things have happened to
Yeah.
her mom, and so our mom raised us with like
fear.
lots and lots of fear. I mean, most of the stories
legit,
that she tells us
Oh
is
my
because of
God,
stuff
this
that's
is so
happened to her.
good. This really is
See?
different.
Right?
It's got kind of a little bubbly quality.
Okay.
to it.
Yeah, it's a
So
top,
that's where, like, for me,
Oh my God.
okay,
Thank you.
I just went to one of my favorite places, maybe not anymore, was the Adventure Playground in Irvine. I really, really like that place. We just went this week.
I get bored there, but it is better than the park. Absolutely.
I felt this time around, because of like my craziness, Ezekiel wanted to run, and then I have a bowling ball that I have to hold, and Zeke wants to go everywhere. And if I can't see him, it's
You have
such
a bowling ball. You carry a bowling ball everywhere?
He's really
I
heavy.
literally do. And because it's such a vast park and there's places for him to hide, I mean, I felt like I'm not a helicopter mom in the least, but I felt like I had to be on him because I was like, oh my gosh, can they run through the gate? Is anybody watching the gate? Like, and so it wasn't fun
There's
for me
one
'cause I was
entrance,
on it.
though, for everybody to know.
Yeah.
The Adventure Park in Irvine, there's one entrance in and out. So as long as you can have eyes on that area, then you really don't have to worry about
I
a whole
never
lot.
heard of this
I know,
place.
but when can I just
give
let
me a
go
quick
of it?
overview. Adventure.
I don't know.
What is it? I don't even know what it is.
So the Adventure, it's literally Google Adventure Playground in Irvine. They also have one in Huntington Beach, which is even more massive, and it's
I don't think
all
they're owned by the
mud.
same people, though.
No,
so
not at all.
So that's,
But it's still
that's
called
something that I'll
Adventure.
share. Right.
But
So
if you
look
Google
up
Adventure Playground,
Adventure Playground, and people call the mud park, like that one in Irvine, the mud park, and it's not.
they have
that-
a puddle of mud.
They have a puddle of mud, but the mud park that Juliet and I grew up in is in
You
Huntington
grew up in a
Beach.
puddle of mud?
We did.
Yeah.
Literally.
Feral children.
Literally.
My mom used to take us there on a regular basis
Telling
because
ya.
Debbie loves herself some mud. So
But it's free, and it's a beautiful park, and I
Oh,
absolutely
it's free. That was
love
my
it.
next question.
Yeah, so it's
Adventure
free. Adventure Playground
It's free.
in Irvine. It's off of Jeffrey and down on the 405, like University area.
right, that's another one thing that I wanted to say before the show started. Grab yourself a pen and a piece of
because we're
paper.
gonna
Yeah.
throw out a lot of cool.
Well,
names.
in the show notes, you're going to put all this. So
We will.
I can just
Yeah,
listen.
We will. And so, so Adventure Playground is super awesome. But like I said, I felt like I was stressing out because it was such a big place that I have a 3-year-old and then a freaking kid that can't walk, and it's a bowling ball. And I was literally.
You gotta put him in the carrier.
But listen, Ezekiel like
Strap
flips
him on your
out, is
back
like,
or-
Yeah.
I won't go down the slide with him because I'm carrying this bowling ball. So I actually did
Bowling ball.
go
This
on.
kid's going to grow up someday and know that
No,
you referred to him as a bowling
You need
ball.
to see him, Paul. He's 21 pounds, and
No, he's
Ezekiel
26 now,
26 pounds.
How old?
Ezekiel's 30 pounds.
almost a year. Yeah, and
Almost a year and he's 26
Yeah.
pounds?
That's what we're saying. He's a sumo wrestler.
So,
He's a
anyways, I
sumo
nicked my
wrestler.
spine going in the playground. So, anyways, I'm done with parks. Sorry, that's all there is to it. I don't even want to
You
say.
brought up something.
hate parks. I
I know
really
the
do,
first
but-
half isn't where we get serious and real here, but
There's
I
no
got
real on this
I got to
one.
bring up a real
Oh
topic.
no, I'll get real. I'll tell you all about the shit my daughter's putting me through right now. I'm fucking over it.
well,
I'm
not
so
there.
over it.
Take a break from getting out of the house real quick. Why don't you say that, Amanda? Tell us your story.
Well, no, that goes with wanting to get out of the house because I mean, it's not just me. Most of my girlfriends that I'm talking to, the biggest thing right now is I can't handle summer. I hate summer. And like, it's not like Bowie's in like
Hate
real
summer.
school. No, I like summer, but it's a completely different thing when you have children at home every day.
What do you like,
Yes.
winter?
And they're like,
Stop it,
where are we
Michael."
going? What are we doing today?
I called you
Like,
Michael. I don't know why. Just stop. it.
Michael when he gets all sassy.
I know.
That's your name.
Stop
That's
it.
your new name.
So
hold
Michael.
on.
So, okay, so here's my thing. Bowie's not in real school.
Better
She's
than what
in-
my dad used to call
Get
me.
outta
He used
here,
to call me
Paul.
Jesus Christ because every time I'd say, I thought that was my name because every time I turn around, my dad was going, Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
Every
okay.
time someone says that around my
Stop,
brother,
hold
he's
on.
like, "Where?
Where's
Oh,
Jesus?
Shut up."
Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
so-
Amanda, go with the story. I want to hear it.
So,
This is
Bowie,
really good margarita.
I'm gonna-
Thank you.
I'm
It
going
really
to
is. It's a
smack
really good
you.
margarita. Every single time that I try to make one
But
at
go
home,
ahead
it
with your
tastes like-
story. I
your
didn't want
Okay, so,
How much time we got left?
You're gonna give us all the time we need. Do you understand? This is your airways.
I'll
and
just get him
ours
really
only.
drunk and then I can talk forever. So.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so Bowie's in TK. Okay, so
I don't know what that is.
it's pre-kindergarten. She's
TK?
actually it's called TK. It's ridiculous. Don't ask me questions. I seriously didn't even invent this. I don't even
Taekwondo?
know.
All right.
Yes.
Oh my god, I
Perfect.
wish that'd be cool.
Okay, keep going.
So, and she's actually not going to kindergarten this year because she's an October baby. She didn't make the cutoff, so now she has to do another fucking year at TK,
my
which is
God.
magical.
But at least it's
So-
with mom.
Yeah.
But she's testing like at kindergarten level, so I'm wasting my money. This is a huge
So
waste
this
of
is
money.
all about some story you wanted to tell us.
wasting your money.
Okay, so
I want to hear the
I
princess
have this
story.
kid at home, like, and this is my kid. I'm not trying to say this
This
is
isn't
everybody.
anybody else's kid. This
No,
is,
but I'm saying like this is just how my kid is, and I
Yeah.
don't know if this is how everyone else's kid is. But from the second I was a parent, it was really hard for me to be at home. So right between like 9 and 10 in the morning, Bowie would freak out, and it still
Ezekiel
happens.
is the same
It still
exact way.
happens, like freak out in a sense where like.
Stir crazy. They're cabin
Like
fever.
they're stir crazy cabin fever. They're like, oh, this blanket. I don't like my clothes, and like
I've already played with these
I
toys
don't-
for
like,
2 hours.
This fucking sky is falling, and so I'm like, oh, we're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. And like a lot of my girlfriends will make fun of me because in the back of my car, I've always had a beach bag,
Same here.
a pool bag.
Same
I've
here.
had extra clothes, lots
Picnic
of formula.
bag, a rinse kit,
I had a really hard time
a
with
cooler
nursing,
full
so
of
I never
everything
nursed.
I need. I'm the same way.
Yeah, no, I want to be gone for the entire day.
Or I want to be prepared when Amanda says, I need out of here. We're going to this area. And I'm like, I got a backpack for that shit.
my sister and I,
I have repelling gear. Let's go.
do. Absolutely.
I want all of it.
Did you not?
And I had like a whole box of like stuff that I would buy from the dollar section at Target for like packing Bowie a restaurant backpack. That little girl can brunch. She can have a 3-hour lunch and she'll be happy.
Yes.
Except for yesterday.
Oh,
And
man.
wanted to kill her. But yeah, so they have their moments for sure. But I needed to be out of the house. That way my child, like the world entertained my child. I'm not Mary Poppins. I don't know what the fuck you people do at home.
I try to
and
be
I need
Mary
help
Poppins.
with it. I need help with it. Like when
I
I
love
do
that
have
movie.
those days.
Right.
When I have those days where it's like, look, I don't have it in me. We're not going anywhere. But those days are few and far in between for me because it's always been easier to be out.
Uh-huh.
So because of that problem, Bowie will wake up in the morning and be like, where are we going today? And I'm
Right.
like, want to take that pillow
you wanna
and shut
smack
that
her.
mouth of yours. Because it's like, I have a new baby. Like, I still need to be out because even with the baby, same time between
She gets stir
right
crazy.
around 9, like between 9 and 10, the baby will be crying because I can't hold her. And then Bowie's like the same old Bowie. And I'm like, I need to get out of here. So
That's where our
that's
list
why
came up.
I stay out as much as possible and for as long as possible. I mean, I live in Orange, so the traffic is disgusting. So
Yeah.
I try to be home around 3. But if not, I don't put that pressure on myself. I have fucking nighttime stuff for both babies in the car
Yep.
so that I can,
Same
wherever I
here.
am, I can bathe them and then I throw them in the car. They're asleep
Yep.
and then I transfer them in their beds.
So why do you need a house? Just live in
don't-
the car.
For real.
Pretty
for
much
real.
we do. So with that being said, with that whole witching hour, Ezekiel and both, even Malachi, like Ezekiel in the very beginning, and even still, he needed to be out of the house by like 8:30. I'm like, what freaking place is open at 8:30? Well, here's my little magic
Yeah,
tip.
yeah. Tell me.
Lowe's. Has anybody ever want to go to
What?
Lowe's? Okay, this sounds really weird, and
That's
I'm
a place
just
for kids to get in trouble. They
No,
all
it's
start
not.
pulling
Okay,
the
so-
rakes out or
no.
the
Listen, shush. So Home Depot actually
axes off
shush.
the wall.
I'm going
The
to take away your
axes.
drink. You're going to be treated
Like
like, a
they're all-
child. Okay,
they're all
listen.
accessible.
So Home Depot actually will have signs all over the place that says "Do not allow the children to run up and down the aisles" and all of stuff. But Lowe's, on the other hand, doesn't. So Lowe's is open up.
Sorry, Lowe's.
They just
Get yourself some signs.
Okay, listen, they're open up at 7 a.m. And so literally when Ezekiel, when I just had him, by 8 o'clock after breakfast, I would freaking go to Lowe's, let him run around and look at all the flowers, check out the vacuums. I would end up buying like patio furniture and birdseed. I was
You're
like,
there all day. You're
no,
all...
no, literally 30 minutes. That's all he needed to freaking
Interesting.
run amok. Because by the time he was like, flowers, look at this forklift, and you'd be like, this is the best place ever. And I'd be like, this guy is whatever. And
He's going to get burnt out and fall asleep.
I don't have to do anything. And then I'd be like, perfect. He's passed out. Now I can actually
Forklift.
work because I work from home. So literally that 30 minutes bought me 2.5 hours. And
Yeah.
he was the best napper because of it. And Lowe's opened up at 7 frickin' in the morning. And so for
Shout
an
out
early
to Lowe's.
riser,
I don't think
thank
they've ever
you.
tried to market to young
Yeah.
moms. Okay.
Yeah, right? And so it worked for me.
Well,
and I
yeah,
always
well,
left with
what
something
she
awesome.
said, she just from being there, she ends up buying stuff when she didn't need anything.
I was like,
so.
look at this tomato plant I'm going to kill. This is perfect, you know?
Oh,
Or-
I can't keep anything alive. But when it comes to like Lowe's and Home Depot, Bowie loves going there because I let her get flowers.
Yes.
And I let her get a bag of chips and a drink while we shop.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so she loves it.
Now
I
you
think
do
that-
know that
yeah,
Home
hardware
Depot does
stores,
have
yes.
the first Saturday of every month kids workshops.
Shut
Do they?
up.
Where you build a birdhouse or you
That
build
is so
something.
We are
cool.
going.
First Saturday of every month, I
Oh,
believe,
I would
at Home Depot.
love to.
And they have
Alright.
tons of kids, and they make them paint and make a birdhouse.
We're doing
and
it.
they Give a little
Let's
kit.
go.
Can we
Oh.
splice this so we can give it to Lowe's and get money from them
Yeah, well,
afterwards?
this is Home Depot.
Oh,
This
Home
is their
Depot. We'll do Home
competitor,
Depot. Okay,
right?
perfect.
Yes.
Awesome. Thanks for that tip. So there it is. It costs no money. It's open by 7 a.m. Hardware stores, believe it or not, moms, you can totally find something to buy there. It's awesome. But then moving on into our day, the biggest thing, Amanda and I are always like, listen, we need to be able to bring our cocktail. We're in...
I'm at a point in my life where I just
Can't do
BYOB.
that at Home Depot or Lowe's.
Sorry.
right?
Oh,
No,
well.
and so
twice it.
I want to go through a couple of my favorite things I like to do around my town, and so this really like makes you want to look to see what your town has to offer. Like even just yesterday, which I'll go into my hilarious, horrible, stupid story. The trolley. San Clemente has now a trolley, and one of my favorite things to do is literally just grab the kids. We jump on the trolley. It's a 25-minute ride all around town, and we usually take a roadie, my husband and I, and we can stop off at Ruby's and get a milkshake. We can go
a cocktail to go.
yeah, a roadie equals cocktail. I think we all know that.
So go look at. We just got an email from Lisa supervisor Lisa Bartlett, and she's talking about this in her email about how there are these trolleys. There's also one in San Juan Capistrano.
Oh,
There's one in
thank
San
you.
Clemente. And I think there's one in Mission Viejo.
And in
too.
Dana
I
Point, and you
just
can
went to
connect.
San Juan with my entire family, and I didn't know there was I would love that.
It is amazing, and because it feels
Thank
like
you,
you're on
Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. It feels like we're on a miniature train. And
love
it's so freaking awesome. But yesterday, as we were preparing for this beautiful, easy, very easy, just grab the kids and jump on a trolley.
That was your thought.
I get the saloon box, cocktails delivered, and it's what's really nice about the saloon box is different from the cocktail courier because you only get samples. So you make 2 drinks, you get it tested out, and if you want more, buy it. So
How
I made
much
these,
is it? Because I was spending 40 or 50.
$29.99.
I can handle that.
I think.
I got
It was a
cocktail
gift.
courier when I was pregnant,
But
and
you're
I was
getting
like,
full bottles.
I was over it.
Cocktail courier. They bring you booze.
They
It's
bring you booze.
basically like
A subscription box for cocktails.
But Blue Apron. You know,
Blue
have you heard
Apron,
Blue
but-
Apron, right?
yeah.
The
Yeah.
food. Yeah, it's like
So
that.
anyway, so we got
But for
these.
booze.
Yes, for booze. So in my box, I got the ingredients to make 2 perfect strawberry mojitos. So Aaron was coming home, and I'm like, I'm gonna have these awesome drinks ready, and my kids are already changed, my little beach backpack's ready to go, and this is me because I'm very precise. Everything is perfect right now, and so I
She
made
likes
these-
shit to go her way.
I
do too, though.
I made these cocktails beautifully. And note, I do not have any other ingredients to make these cocktails again. So we're all ready to go. And here I go. I have Malachi in my hand, 2 cocktails in my
and the
hand
bowling
as
ball
well.
under the other hand.
Bowling ball grabs one of the straws, knocks it out of my hand. It goes all over my entire kitchen that just got cleaned by my beautiful Patricia, as we noted before. And I probably had the biggest cussing fit in the world. I don't know why
I don't have a fuse anymore.
For
It's
those-
non-existent.
I had zero
I just
fuse. I was like-
react. I go from 1 to 10.
my night was ruined.
Can
my
I,
cocktail
can I
is
point out
gone.
something?
What?
This is one of the reasons you should watch this live on Facebook or YouTube later, Because as you were saying that story, your sister dropped out of paying attention, and you poked her. You poked her across the table.
No, there was a
was a comment.
vodka juice boxes
Comment.
notification.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you literally like, hey, pay attention.
Like,
This
pay
is getting
attention to
interesting
me.
here.
Yeah, listen. No need to call us out, Paul. God.
I just thought that was interesting dynamic. I
No,
just had to observe
that's
that.
my sister. I'm like, hey. So, anyways, it was just one of those things where you think you have everything planned, and then it was a fuse that set, and
I get like that too. I can't help it. I feel bad. I feel bad after, and I tell all my girlfriends like, I no longer have a fuse. It's not a short fuse. It's just not
I
there.
don't know, was it my problem? Like, should I have just everything was clean, and I don't know. I just wanted to go on the trolley.
You know what? I think it's just hard. Like for me, for both of us, we pack, we prepare, and we're ready. This is gonna be great. And then the second there's another like a fork in the road, I get fucking sweaty and I panic. And
Yes.
then I was telling Julia earlier, then Brian will look at me like all annoyed because it's like you're putting too much stress on this, and I'm like, oh, what? You're mad now? All of a
Yeah.
sudden you're
Can
mad.
I give
You're
you
upset.
a snarky or
Well-
maybe insightful comment as we go to break here?
Sure.
I think that's what this whole show is about. You guys have, before you had your babies, you packed. You think it was all perfect. You read all the books. You had
Life
everything
is
I
prepared.
didn't read books. I only read one.
Okay,
did
but
not read
you
books.
somehow in your mind
Yes.
you thought you had this
With this
all
vision,
dialed
right?
in,
Yeah.
ready to
Oh,
go.
absolutely.
And then all
I
of
hate
a
that
sudden
word.
it doesn't follow your plan, and then you freak out.
I am not the mother I thought I would be. When I am nowhere near the mother I thought I was going to
Right.
be at all. I thought I was going to be more like my mom. My mom had a I don't want to say temper, but my mom, you didn't fuck with Debbie. Like when she was pissed, you knew that she meant business. But
That's
my
good.
mom
They got to know when you're real.
yeah, for sure. But my mom was like a no nonsense woman. Like the most trouble Juliet was to her was she didn't come home for curfew, and then in fact my mom changed the locks on her. Like that's just like
Wow.
That's what I did.
because
yeah.
my mom, well my mom.
That's hardcore.
My mom and my dad were divorced, and so dad got his dad time, and mom during her time of being a mom, she'd be mom and dad, and so she didn't mess around. So
You
Yeah.
missed curfew and the locks got changed? Wow.
Oh,
More
we
than
weren't
once,
we
yeah.
weren't even allowed to say any. I think the only
don't
cuss
remember
word
that
we were
part.
allowed to say was dag nabbit.
that's not a cuss word.
Dag-nabbit.
Exactly. That's all we were allowed
I
to
don't
say.
remember not being able to cuss.
Because you didn't. I did.
Dag nabbit.
Well, now I cuss. a
Anyways,
lot.
so-
Can I interrupt you there?
Right.
Because dag nabbit, we got to go to a commercial break.
dag nabbit. Make it a good commercial.
All right,
Gosh.
let's try it.
Imagine what it would feel like to lose everything. Your job, your home, your family, your dignity. This has happened to thousands of the men, women, veterans, and young adults we serve at Working Wardrobes. What do we do to help? We provide career development services, life skills workshops, job skills training. We provide the perfect interview outfit, and we get clients placed in jobs. Call Working Wardrobes, 714-210-2460. Donate, volunteer, invest, hire.
When it comes to pioneers in their respective industries, we all know the Apples, Starbucks, and Trader Joe's of the world. In the realm of recruiting, Decision Toolbox is the industry's best-kept secret, with 90% of their business from referrals and repeat customers. For over 20 years, Decision Toolbox's U.S.-based team of recruiters, sourcers, professional writers, quality personnel, and tech support has perfected a Six Sigma approach to talent management. No matter the size of the project, Decision Toolbox delivers incredible results. A cost per hire less than half of what contingency firms charge, with the winning candidate presented in an average of 14 days, all with a 12-month candidate warranty. With results like that, Decision Toolbox won't be a secret for long. Visit us at www.dtoolbox.com for more information.
Search engine
Commercials,
optimization.
that's what she's saying. All right. I got to ask, this is where we get real now. This is where everybody tunes in, 20 minutes, the fun is over. Let's get real. Ooh, look at the silence I brought.
Oh, I didn't know if it was my turn or not.
I know.
I am stunned from when I was a kid to when watching you young girls raise your young kids, how the world has changed. When I was young in the 60s, literally, I know this sounds hard to believe.
It was in the 20s?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I just had to
ouch.
say it.
Yeah. What was the great Great Depression like, Paul? I'm just kidding.
I was too old. I don't remember. When I was a kid, I know everybody says this, but it was really true. We left in the morning, and we didn't come back until 6 o'clock. Now, I don't know when that started, but probably
Brian
like 5
says
or
the
6.
same thing.
We were
5
the
or
same.
6. We took off. Nobody worried that we were going to get abducted, like you said.
Yeah.
Nobody worried about what was going to happen to us. Nobody cared if we broke our arm or our leg.
My
or-
husband says the same thing. He
Yeah.
just grew up somewhere different than me. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in the Midwest.
See? That has a lot to do with
Maybe
it.
And now, if you, for example, when we adopted our daughter and she's 10 or 11, and suddenly we couldn't let her walk 2 blocks to school. We were bad parents. Everybody has to show up and drive and drop your kid off. There's no buses anymore.
All of a sudden, you're all inconvenienced. You're like,
buses
God.
and bike sales have crashed and plummeted through the years because
Right.
nobody wants to give a kid a bike and have him
Interesting.
disappear,
That's true.
disappear.
Well, sorry, that's the world that we live in. It's not my fault.
So is it Halloween has crashed as a kid's holiday to a large degree and
People
more of an
put-
adult holiday?
People
'cause-
put bullshit in
Yep.
candy.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So we've created this fear-mongered society where the child can't be out of your sight for more than a second.
Yeah,
It's
it's
based
unfortunate.
on-
I don't
yeah.
want it to. I don't want that to be.
I don't want it to be like that, and we're
situation,
not
but
being irrational about it, but there's statistics behind it, and there's everyday occurrences. I mean, you get...
I'd rather be paranoid and still have my kids at the
Yeah.
end of their
So
lifespan.
has this part of the problem that's created this anxiety and also the stress you're having to have to entertain the child 24/7 as opposed to go in the backyard and play,
Okay.
go outside and go down to the park and play?
I
I
tried
do-
that with
yeah.
Bowie. She
No.
doesn't play by herself for like longer than
I don't
like
think many
45
kids do
minutes.
anymore, and I think this is scary because when I was a kid, you went out and you played by yourself or your friends. You had a pack of kids you roamed with.
She'll play for an hour maximum, and then she'll come out inside and she'll be like,
But honestly,
No one's
Amanda, is
playing with
this
me.
I know, is this a true statement or not? When I do plan to go out with my kids, it's more for selfish reasons. I get bored. I want to
Me.
have an adventure.
Okay.
And so that's the point of this show, right? Is to get me out of this house.
Right.
I got to take these kids with me no matter what because this is who they are.
well, you can't stay home.
You can't
I tell Bowie that all the time.
Bowie, babysit my kids.
When Bowie's being a nightmare, I say, Bowie, that's fine. You need to stay home and clean. And she goes, the cops will come. And
The
because I always
cops
tell her,
will come. What?
Yeah,
All
because
right.
I don't know.
The cops will
So we had to find places that are fun for the kids, but also fun for us.
So is the
Okay?
stress in entertaining you and them, or is the stress in
Oh, it's
you
both.
feel like, oh, my poor children, I got to keep them
Oh, no,
entertained
no, no.
24/7?
because
No.
if they're entertained, then
Yeah.
they're off your back.
They're my kids are entertained with a freaking rock and a stick. So as long as
Exactly,
that's where
exactly.
I need to be entertained.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so that's where our list kind of comes in. So
So mom asked Brian, my husband, what his favorite toy was growing up, and he said a shovel.
Yeah.
And that lady about fainted. Like she was so obsessed.
do you
and
remember
in
what
love.
mine was?
No. Her hands. Oh my God. This
Your
girl.
hands, right? Make
I
this-
used to have puppets. With
Yeah, this girl would do.
and Amanda loved my puppet
and you're
shows.
laughing, but I have a
No,
I have
yeah.
a 3-year-old grandson now, and of course, this is our first grandchild. We of course showered him with gifts, and we bought millions of things. And literally, our house looks like Toys R Us. It's a million
I
Toys R Us.
hate that.
I hate that. We
And
don't,
what he
yeah.
doesn't play with, what he really would rather play with
It's
is
a box.
a box or a
Yes.
rock
Yes,
or
we
whatever.
all, we all know that. I literally buy the toys for myself. I just went on eBay and bought these vintage Imaginext
I hate toys.
toys for myself.
My
'cause I-
sister-in-law-
It's a whole nother
You're
world.
negative on everything. Toys,
I
kids.
know.
whatever.
I'm sorry. I think it's just so overwhelming. Like, and it's something that like nothing could have prepared me for. So our sister-in-law is like one of my best friends. She works for Mattel. She's an actual toy designer.
Oh wow! Oh, she's
Yeah,
a toy
she's a
designer.
toy
What a
designer.
cool job! Get her
Yeah.
on here sometime.
Oh my God!
We
Yeah,
will.
we would because
Yeah.
Yeah.
she's on the fence of having children. So that would be a great, she'd be a great guest.
And how did they design toys today? Because
That's a
toys,
whole- yeah, let's-
Oh, I
the-
would
the-
love to have
the
that.
thought of
that will be a
psychology of
whole
this.
nother
So I have
topic
this
for sure.
conversation with her though. Like I have this conversation with her all the time, and I'm like, God, like it's just so much shit. And she goes, well, I hate parents because she's like a toy. She's
Yeah.
like
Kid,
a
she's the
child.
kid.
You have
So
to
is our
be,
brother. They collect stuff and and
like the
I'll-
movie Big. Did you ever see that years
Yes.
ago?
Oh,
Tom
for
Hanks,
sure.
right? Where he's
For
a toy
sure.
designer.
And so I'll tell her all the time. I'm like, here's the thing with toys. It's constant. It is constant. It's in my it's in my living room. It's in her room. It's in like before the nursery was a nursery.
Oh,
it was
she
a
had a
toy room.
toy
And she had too much
room.
shit. And like, here's the thing. There's holidays and there's that Christmas and birthday and where it just accumulates and it's crazy. I don't want when you walk into my house, this is probably not realistic for most people, but when you walk into my house, I don't want it to look like Bowie's house.
No, it's
I
not.
see.
I am the same way.
This
We
is
both
my
have-
house.
You
Oh,
want
this
to
is
instantly know that you have
Yes.
young children there.
The only sign of children should be
The backyard or
pictures
the
on my
room.
walls, the backyard, and her room.
Yes,
like
that's the same with
I
me.
don't like the
Oh,
shit
no.
everywhere. It's overwhelming.
Yep.
My house is a toy castle now here.
Well,
Well, but
most
you're
peop-
a grandpa, though. This is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that is completely different.
It is.
But most people's are. There's toys everywhere.
Can I tell you the power of toys and the bad? This is my 2-second take on toys. Toys are gotten so expensive, so complicated, so everything here, and they get smashed and ruined in 20 seconds. And
I
then
think
you're on
that's
to
the
another one, right?
frustrating part for me,
Right.
whereas I invest so much money and then,
And,
like you said,
yeah, we'd buy toys for friends, families, or something, and they'd
Right.
smash them in 2 minutes here or something. I was like, I spent $50 on that.
right.
Now, with a grandson, we're trying to focus more on making toys out of things. I think that's huge. A rock, a stick, or whatever, that's your favorite toy. But I also think toys can guide you towards some shared experience. For example,
Oh, absolutely.
my grandson and I love trains. Now, I love trains, so I've
So
brought that
does
into it. So he's got a
her
million
kids.
trains, and we'd go to the trains,
Yep.
and we visit the trains and all
Yep,
stuff.
yep.
Or my father...
Which I want to interject real
Yeah.
quick. Have you ridden the model trains in Costa Mesa, the 1/8 scale model trains in Costa Mesa?
No, I didn't
okay.
even know there
You
were
have to
any.
take your
Here-
grandson.
There's another
here-
one? Okay.
Yes, here is.
Add this to your list.
Add this to your list.
Ooh,
Ezekiel
I'm
is
gonna write it down.
obsessed with freaking trains.
Write it
Yeah.
down, please.
Okay.
On the back.
Model trains. The
gonna put it on their
third
website.
Saturday of every month,
Mm-hmm.
they open it to the public, and you get to ride
Want me to top you off, Paul?
model trains.
I'm good. No, I'm good.
1/8 scale, steam engine, diesel
Oh,
trains.
where is this? I gotta go. I didn't know.
Seriously, all you have to Google is Costa Mesa model train ride. And it is a legit club. You know, the guys with
Yeah.
the mustaches, and they wear the overalls
Guy
and
with
the
mustaches,
hats.
yeah.
And I guess their agreement with the city to have this land is that they have to open up and provide free rides for the entire community
Perfect.
for one weekend out of the month, and that is the third Saturday of every month. We just went last weekend, and it's pretty magical. There's a
So, for example, this is maybe you're gonna find this cute, or maybe you can find this weird. But my grandson and I, we're gonna do it this weekend. I take him out, my little grandpa time with him, and we go to a train depot. We vary 3 or 4 different
Yes.
train depots, and we sit there for 2 hours and wait for the trains to go by. And he gets so excited, and then we talk about all the different parts of the train, and then we sit and watch our clock, watch for another 30 minutes. We walk around and
I love that.
chase the birds. But and
Ooh,
everybody
why
knows
doesn't it
us.
tell you too?
yes.
Everybody knows us, and oh, there they are, and then the conductors
so-
wave at us, and everybody knows
Yep.
us, and we just go watch the trains.
And
He's
so
nuts
this is
about
great
it.
because that's another one of my lists. Amanda, I
It's
want you
free.
to add to your list. Exactly. Is we do the airport. We
The
go to the
airport's same
Lion,
thing,
the
yeah.
Lion Air Museum. 'cause you
Love
can
the Lion Air
literally
Museum.
You
sit-
need to add that.
You sit there at the window and you just see takeoff after takeoff, and Ezekiel was like, "What the?" You know, and
Yes.
then we just go to the train station. We
So,
just do train
so
Check
station.
out the Lion Air Museum. It's mostly old vintage airplanes in there. It's at the north end of John Wayne Airport. It's old General Lions who built Coto de Casa and all these other homes, Lion homes, and all his planes he flew in World War II and others there. But it's because it opens, so it's like a hangar on the runway,
Yes.
and you can literally sit and look at all the
And
planes.
it's the most
Cool place.
magical thing for
They'll love
a
that,
boy.
yeah.
I mean, even girls love it because it's like these machines and they're flying
Yeah,
in the
Bowie
sky.
likes it too. So really fast, there is like I said, I live like in Orange Circle.
Yeah, which is a pretty cool area.
Yes.
Oh, it's a really cool area. So the Orange train station, I was going to tell
Love
you,
to
Paul.
go there
Have you been to the Rubies?
all the time. We go there
Okay.
every month. We
Okay,
go to
so
Ruby's.
This is a great.
So
Because you
when
can
I
sit
have-
outside and the train
Yes,
comes
And
right
you can
by.
watch the train.
So
So when
add
I
this to the
when I
list.
have Zeke, we take him to the Rubies at the Orange station, and we watch the trains
You
go
get
by.
French fries and milkshake.
And there's a little park, and you can run out in the fountain.
Yep.
He likes to. In between the trains, what do? You go out and play in the park. You go
Yep.
out and climb in the tree. There's some
Well,
oak trees and stuff.
I
right?
learned that you have to look at the train station and try to go eat, get a shake and fries there,
Yeah.
like during the train, like when you know it's
Yes.
going to be passing by. But if not, walk into the circle. You play in the circle. You can walk around. There's a Starbucks. You can get ice cream if you want.
Everything is there.
Um,
Yes, we do. That's a big part of
You know,
our.
The Orange Circle is
Our
a great place.
There's
to
pizza.
Go.
There's this. Okay, so where is it? It's
There's a microbrewery there,
The
too.
pizza, right? There's so many things there, but there's a pizza press where for the kids meal it's $5, and you get like a pizza that's like it looks 8 inches to me.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and a drink and a cookie for $5.
Oh my God, I love it.
Yeah.
Pizza Press. Okay.
Yeah.
Lots
Pizza
of cool
Press, I'm
places.
gonna put that
So
down.
go to the train. The old school stuff you wouldn't think. Go to the airport. Go to the trains. And just hang out and have a cocktail or have a milkshake or something, and you can make that really an hour. We'll make it a 3-4 hour excursion.
Exactly. It's super fun. Another thing that Amanda and I love to do, we've actually done it multiple times just in the last couple weeks, is beach day and pool day.
Right.
Oh my gosh, Baby Beach and Dana Point, everybody knows
Because that doesn't
about
cost
it.
money, but I gotta tell you, dude, like I get sun so fast and it makes my tattoos look like trash. So
It is
me too.
hard
I
I
being
do
in the sun.
need half
Yeah.
the week in the sun, half the week not in the sun.
Yes.
So we'll talk about what you can
No,
do
I
that's
didn't
indoors.
know. Well, you just said I didn't know there's a Baby Beach in
Okay,
Dana
so
Point.
Dana
I didn't know
Baby
that.
Beach, all you have to do is literally Google Baby Beach in Dana Point. Parking is a little horrendous right now, so just be prepared to walk if you can't.
Just try to
circle
get
the
there
lot.
early.
Yeah.
And what's the deal with it? I
So
don't know
Baby
what it
Beach
is.
is in the harbor. It is a small little
Oh, I see.
lagoon where
It's an
there's
area that's sectioned off, so you don't have to worry about
no
your
waves.
kid wandering far down.
it's buoyed off, so they will
Yeah.
only go in as far as maybe 2.5 feet.
And outside of it being buoyed off, I'm sorry to cut you off, Juliet,
yeah.
but there is that area that's actually separated, like with like a parking lot, and then like the brick, you
it's
can
a
see-
jetty. It's called a jetty.
is it,
Yeah,
okay,
I think
you
it's a
can
jetty.
see where it
The brick.
starts.
Yeah.
You call it
No,
a
but
jetty.
like even the wall, like
Yeah.
you can see where that little baby beach ends and starts all in one little swoop.
Yeah.
That's why it's so.
And a really
Convenient.
cool tip, which a lot of moms might not have known, but if you do Google Baby Beach, and there's a website, it would actually tell you the level of the cleanliness
yeah.
of the
They'll
water.
tell you if it's like A, B, C, or D. They grade it.
Only because there is no waves, and so there's not a lot of cleaning that the ocean naturally does
Sure.
because it is a harbor, and so it's something to note, especially after a storm. Because we live
Right.
locally,
so don't
we
go
can
after a
anytime.
storm. Right.
Exactly.
Baby Beach. All right, and I learned
but
about
we-
Costa Mesa model trains.
Yep. But we will pack lunches. We have 800 umbrellas and cocktails, and it is a fantastic all-day excursion with all your friends. People come and go. We love it.
Have you ever been? I guess you can't unless you live there. But in Rancho Santa Margarita, they have their beach club, and there's a sort of like a fake little beach in this little mini lake they've created, and it's designed for
So
kids.
it's really
big sand.
interesting
It's
that
only
you
a
say that.
foot in depth or
Right.
something. Yeah.
It's really interesting you say that because just last week we went with Jessica, and she found on a mom's group the Coda de Casa Country Club.
Right. And I don't know if
with-
we should put some blast, but who cares? So
Yeah.
should I? Should I?
What?
Sure.
So the Coda de
Yeah.
Casa pool, if you look it up, the Coda de
it's
Casa
open to the
Country
public.
Club. Okay, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would say heck yeah.
If you look it up on like Google, you can get the address. So you drive there, you pull up to the gate. Make sure you go into like the guest area because I got stuck on the other lane. And
Yeah.
I was a huge asshole to like.
She doesn't
9
like to read
people.
signs when she drives, so
I guess
that's
not.
why.
Yeah.
I'm always running late. I'm
She's
so
like, what do I say
frantic.
to the guy? I'm like, say you're about to buy a house, $4.5 million.
Exactly.
Well, what
whatever.
she ended up
You're in.
doing, I finally pull up to the little guy, and she
little
was
guy.
the gate.
The
I was
little,
gonna say
little,
the little
She
gate.
is
little
a little
2-foot
guy.
man that sits
I was
in
gonna
there.
say
Right.
the little gate. So she sent me a picture that like of Zeke in front of the bar, like it just said bar,
Yeah.
and then he's
They had
all-
no bar. It was a
Yeah,
frickin'
there's
lie.
no bar. Just to let you
Whatever.
know. So that I pull up to the gate and he's like, "Where are you headed?" And I'm all, "The bar." I'm all, he's like, "Well, I mean, you can go there later if you want." I'm like, "I'm at the pool. I'm
Yeah.
going to the pool."
But what opened my mind.
All
what
you have to
opened-
say
yeah.
is the pool. By the
Yeah.
way, all you have to say is the pool, and then your
And it's
navigation.
open to the public. I didn't know that you
So
could get
this
in
is-
there.
Yeah,
This
it's
is-
$6 each. There's
Yeah.
no food. There's snacks. There's chips. There's drinks. It's all cash only.
Yes.
And they have
or
2.
checks. If you guys still
Oh,
write
check.
checks, better
Who
watch
writes a
out.
check?
And they
Yeah.
have 2, but listen, they have 2
Blow up water
blow up
slides.
like
Water slides.
slides. So one smaller than the other. It's like it's like the bouncy house, like the bouncy castles. They're the little water slides, and they slide
Got it.
into the
They're
deep
super
end of the
fun.
pool, and it's sectioned off, and then you have the
We were
smaller
there for
area.
hours, but what opened my eyes to this was, hey, maybe I should call all the local country clubs. And be like, are
Yeah.
you open to the public? And how
Yeah.
much is it?
Great
Because
idea.
Amanda and I will usually
Great idea.
find a hotel that has a badass pool, and we'll be like, hey,
We'll
do you have a
split.
day? Do you have a day
Day
pass?
rate.
If not,
Right.
how much is the
What
room?
a hell
and we'll
of an
split
idea.
it.
What a
Yeah.
hell of an
And
idea.
so always ask, can I come and play? It doesn't hurt,
Yeah.
right? And always bring your own booze just in case.
And
'cause-
some of them might
for
be open
sure.
to that because
For real.
you'll come back, you'll spend money, you'll
Yep,
buy
exactly.
food.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right,
You know what we
that's a
should do?
cool
We should
idea.
take a picture of like the little like drinks that we've been buying, and we pack in our cooler.
They have like these champagne cocktails in cans now that Amanda and I live
Yeah.
off of. And they're
Canned
so-
cocktails. Who knew?
They
You
look
know,
like
they do the
sparkling
trick,
water.
and they're
Cocktail in
so
a can.
they're
Yeah.
so inconspicuous, which is the best part. And so we just throw them in our little cooler bag or our little like coolers, along with like the sandwiches that we pack.
How
You
about-
know?
All right, so you're down to the last couple of minutes. So how many more on your list here? Rattle them off.
Okay, one of our other favorite places Amanda and I like to meet up is at the Irvine Park. The reason why I like
That's a great
the
place,
Irvine
yeah.
Park is not only does it has a few, I can't even talk, have a few attractions that will.
The zoo,
They got the zoo.
the train. They got a little
They
train
got the
you
train
can
and
ride.
this and that. But then they have this vast field that Amanda and I will park it.
Huge.
And we will have our drinks. We'll set up a picnic, and the kids run amok, and I can see them.
You can see
Yes.
them. You don't care.
In
There's
a wide,
trees
and
they
there's
climb on.
trees to climb on. Yes,
And
it's
we'll
very
spend
cool.
hours there just hanging out, and the kids are just happy playing in the rocks and in the trees and in the mud.
Been
and,
there many
Okay,
times.
and
yes.
then there's Pretend City.
Yep, love Pretend City.
Pretend City is in
You gotta
Irvine.
really sneak the booze.
I don't
if
know
you're gonna
that
do
one.
that,
Oh
though.
no, you can't. I wouldn't recommend
Okay,
doing the booze
I was
thing.
gonna say.
Yeah,
I don't know that
I don't. Yeah.
Pretend City.
Listen, if you need a drink, you'll find a way. Okay.
Okay.
So Pretend City.
Super fun, but I would honestly,
What age group?
I would not recommend going during the summer.
4 and under.
I still do
Why?
not-
Because it's busy.
It's hot outside, and everybody and their mother's there. I used to work there, and I absolutely love.
I know,
it
but a lot
there.
of people are not turned off by that idea.
Okay, but you will wait in a line, and I will just tell you,
I
you
hate
will wait
that.
in a line,
Okay.
and it will look like a mess when you go
And
in
then
there.
We Play Loud. There's
We Play Loud is
It's
fantastic.
in Lake Forest.
I
Same
like
thing.
them because they're a 2-hour limit.
And they're very okay. So
And
there's
what do you
rotation.
do? I don't know either of those places. What do you do?
Okay, so Pretend City is
Indoor museum.
like a small everything. There's like
Miniature
a pretend
city.
beach. There's a pretend farm.
It's
There's
a
a pretend
hands-on
grocery
museum.
store.
Cool.
Yeah, hands-on
Pretend
museum.
city,
That's
okay.
perfect.
And
So
We Play Loud is more of a hands-on bounce house. It's like
Yeah,
everything
they have
bounces.
bounce house. Yeah, they just have like it's kind of like the clean version of Chuck E. Cheese. Like it's super clean. You see
Right.
them clean every hour on the hour. They're just scrubbing everything. Everything is just super soft. There's like little swings, little
And
slides,
it's bright
little,
colors, and the people are
Yeah.
so nice there.
like
It's
balloon
incredible.
pits, or I'm sorry, ball pits, and then there's like
Within your
slides.
circle of friends, do you guys discover new places and exchange them with
Yes,
each other? How
yes,
did you
yes,
all
always,
discover
definitely.
this? Yeah.
Always.
So one of the places I want to check out right now is there is the Seaside Lagoon in Redondo Beach. I haven't been there, but it's like kind of like Baby Beach, where it's like a beach that's sectioned off, and it's a really shallow body of water that's
Yeah.
like part of the real beach. But then there's
they have like
there's
water park slides and stuff, right? Or
Well,
is
yeah,
it
like
fountains?
yes, they have water park slides in some area, and then they have like a water park fixture in the middle where it's like a fountain.
Yeah, so it's like a luxury beach, if you will. And
Yeah.
it looks like a lot of fun, but Redondo
And it's open
is
to the public, and there is a fee. I think there's a $20 parking fee, which, to be honest, it's a little bit of a destination for me. So I'm already
we'll do all
prepared to
day.
spend
How
money.
far are you willing to drive? Do you willing to go 2-3 hours? Or are you
No,
willing to
no way.
20
Probably
minutes?
1
Yeah.
hour. 1 hour.
If Amanda and I are if we're going to go 2 to 3 hours, we will get a hotel and split it. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that's an excursion. If we want to pretend that, funds are unlimited, if you will, then we'll be like, hey, I found this great deal. Let's split it. They got an awesome pool, and we'll
Yeah,
make
we'll
an
split it down the
entire-
middle. We will make it. Yeah, and you know what? Even when we do that, like we did Lego City.
Legoland.
Legoland,
Legoland,
right.
and we went to Trader Joe's and we bought snacks.
Mm-hmm.
We bought, vodka. We bought like, but like this is
But
just to
honestly-
like stay on budget. Like we would be.
Snacks and vodka. Good.
No, I'm all that's it. I'm all
seriously.
chips and vodka.
Amanda,
is what
can
I
I
bring to the table.
interject on that?
Yeah.
Because you don't even have to go into Lego City. Our kids wanted to
Legoland.
play.
Legoland.
I know. Sorry.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Our kids literally wanted to play in the lobby while Amanda and I got drinks, and we were watching them play on this amazing Lego structure.
Yeah, the
Then they had
hotel,
the pool, and
the
hotel
hotel
oh my God.
itself has enough.
Amazing.
So
So just get a room there.
Yeah, honestly, if you don't want to do Legoland, you just do Lego, like the actual hotel, and they have a lot of things.
How about things like the Discovery Center? You haven't rattled off
So
all
the
the things.
Discovery
Kids aren't
Center-
there yet. That's why we haven't
No,
explored
mine
it.
likes it, but it's crazy busy and parking is almost impossible. So
I
'Cause
feel
you-
like Pretend City's going to be the same way.
Because
That's
you
why
go
it's so
to my
through
house.
and they have you experience, what it's like to touch something and your hair stands out, or
yeah,
or
no,
to-
it is a really cool place. I would
That's
say
definitely
to
a
go
fall
there during
destination.
off season
Mhm.
because Brian and I have since it's so close to our house, we've tried to go there 2 times and we've gone home because of no parking.
Yeah.
Mm.
It just wasn't worth like the
It's
fight.
because it's indoors and it's air conditioned. So I think
I
our
think
biggest thing-
Disneyland passes are obviously they're an investment, but I think they're
Mm-hmm.
worth it. Like we pay monthly on our passes, and it's so we don't have them like this summer. My sister said not till the end of the summer.
But you're
Sorry,
trying to
we're
find
getting them in
things
the
that Disneyland's an investment. You're trying to. Everybody knows how.
Everything.
You're
I'm just
trying to
talking
find
about
the
my
other,
favorite things.
goofy
Yeah.
things, fun things,
So
different things.
another thing that I want to do with my kid is there is a drive-in movie.
Oh, I love
I used to do that as a kid all the
I
time.
didn't think there are any left.
They're still
Riverside.
around. They're still around. There's one in Riverside. They completely redid it recently. It's
What do they play?
tiki.
Slasher movies or something?
No,
Oh
it's
my-
all up to date
It's
movies.
all- yeah.
It's all up to date, and then it's all tiki theme, and they have food.
But to
That's
bring,
on my
yeah,
list.
Bring it a little local, if you do want to go see a movie, Sinopolis is a great family.
But that's going to cost you a little bit of money. To me, it's worth it
Yeah.
because it's indoor and I can get a drink.
Me too. So like I said, the whole point of this is to go
A
somewhere.
movie theater where you
stuff
can
that
actually
I
have a
don't-
drink in there.
Stuff that I don't hate doing.
It's an
actually.
investment. Stuff,
So
yeah.
what do your kids like the most? Just going out in the
Bowie-
backyard and digging for worms?
Bowie
or?
likes friends the most, honestly. No matter what we do, even if I took her to a park and I said Ezekiel and
Yep.
one other person was going to be there, that
They could
then
care
that would
less
do it
what
for
else
her.
they're doing. Ezekiel's new thing is every time we get in the car and I'm like, "Do you want to go swimming?" He's like, "Okay, Bowie," and I'm like, "Oh, my bluff." Yeah, and
He
so
just wants to see Bowie.
He just wants to see Bowie, and so, like I said, the kids are happy as long as they're somewhere
They are,
else but
and I'm
home.
not trying to like my hardest to make their life magical on a day by day basis. I'm really just trying to stay afloat. And for me, I just need to be outside in order for me personally to be the best parent that I can because
Rather than come home, you've been locked in the house all day.
Exactly.
No, it's too hard. I
It
don't know
is.
how people do it. And I'm not talking bad about it for 1 second because some people are really good at it because
Right.
I post so many things on my Pinterest of like things to do with the kids
I
at
see
home.
these moms on YouTube, and they look at all the fun, creative craft things
You
they've
can
done
get
all
so
day.
crafty, so creative.
We don't have-
Absolutely. No, there are things you could do, and they're
Oh.
so
Totally.
cool, and I do
YouTube's
them.
filled with them. I'm stunned. The mothers
If
of
we
creative,
can- if
crafty
we can-
things
Well, I
they've
have
done.
play dates. I host.
Yeah.
I have not done it in a long time, and if
I
anyone's
host play dates
if
at my house all
anyone's
the
listening
time.
and they're interested, I do pajama brunches at my house.
See?
So
That's pretty
I do a
creative and
brunch at my
interesting.
house, and I do like 3 to 4 sensory bins. One time I did.
Sensory bins.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
you
So
reach
one
in,
time I
touch.
spent.
Spaghetti.
It only cost $60. I think I got like
Flour.
30.
Put treasure in it.
30 pounds of rainbow sprinkles in
Rainbow
a kiddie
sprinkles.
pool. And then in another pool,
See?
I did flour. The kids like to throw it at each other and
Amazing.
get dirty.
So
and
the
then I
world
have a
has
kiddie
moved away
pool.
from when my mother opened the door in 1963 and said "go,"
Get out of here.
and then
wish we could say
and then the
that.
bell. She would literally have a bell outside, and she'd ring it, and
We just don't
and
have
we
that
would come.
luxury anymore. We don't live in that world.
don't.
People are shitty, and
People are
it's
shitty.
just not worth it. Brian grew up in Menifee, and he said that his mom was like, "Get out of here." So like all four
Yeah.
of them, like they all played together the entire day.
Yeah, it was
So-
like go
but
read
that would make
Huckleberry
me
Finn.
feel
That's
better.
what we did. We went all day long and we explored.
That would make
things,
me feel
yeah.
better about letting my kid be outside as long as I knew she had an older sibling that would never let
Right.
anything happen to
Yes,
her. I
I
would
see
be
that.
fine with that.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I think they're going to get to a point where they'll be
by the
allowed
way,
to.
we have so many more ideas, and we're going to be posting this
We'll
on our
post this.
Instagram
Put
and
'em
our
on there.
Facebook.
Yes, we will post them.
Very useful, very creative. I wrote down 3 or 4 things myself. How do they get in touch with you girls?
You can follow us on Instagram at Vodka and Juice Boxes, all spelled out, or on our Facebook page, the same, Vodka and Juice Boxes, all spelled out. We will be having our website updated in the next couple weeks.
Please.
I'm sorry, I'm just really busy. I'm doing it all.
She's busy doing stuff for people who pay her.
Like Paul.
Yes.
Hello. That's a whole nother conversation.
We got a lot to do.
But anyways, thank you guys for tuning in and just listening us to banter. And this was a lot. I can't even talk. A lot of fun.
And write in with
Yes.
suggestions. What would you like to hear the girls
Yes, please.
dish
Ask
on?
questions, and we would love to answer them
I
on
can
our
talk-
next show.
What
I
are
can
the
talk
things
anyone's
nobody's talking
face off and give me a drink, and you're going to have to get rid of me. So.
That's it. All right. It's done. Vodka and Juice Boxes for the day. Tune in next week, couple weeks, when it's the confessional session here with the young moms talking about all the things that nobody prepared you or wants to admit, talk about. Right here.
Let's get ready to rumble!
On Orange County's only community radio station, octalkradio.net.